Good morning, students. Once again, we all are present for our English language class. Children, today we are going to start chapter 2, Subject and Predicate. Children, in the last chapter, you have learnt about the sentence. I hope you all remember what is a sentence. A sentence is a group of words that makes or that give us a complete thought. Now we will learn more about a sentence. What is that? That every sentence has two very important parts. A sentence contains two parts. And what are those two parts? They are subject and predicate. The subject tells us who or what the sentence is about. It means that the subject of a sentence is a person or thing we are talking about, or for whom or what we are talking about is a subject. Now, the predicate. The predicate tells us something about the subject, or the part of a sentence which says something about the subject is called a predicate. It may speak about the subject or action of the subject. Now we talk about the kinds of subjects. A sentence can have one or more subjects. Let us study more about them. Number one, a subject can be a single word. It can be a noun or a pronoun. The examples are given here. Jayashree laughed. So here what you can see in this sentence, you can see only a single subject. What is for whom we are talking about? We are talking about Jayashree. Jayashree is the subject of this sentence. And what we are talking about Jayashree? That she laughed. So laughed is the predicate part. Now the second thing about the subject is that a subject can be a phrase containing a noun, articles or modifiers. It is not necessary a subject can be of only one word. Sometimes it can be a phrase also, right? For example, all the students in the class were making noise. So in this sentence what we are seeing, we can see that we are talking about all the students that were present in the class. So all the students in the class is a subject, and here you can see, you cannot see a single word. Here we can see a group of words, but that group of words is not making a complete sense, so we can say it is a phrase. So a subject is a phrase in this sentence, and were making noise is the predicate part. Now the next point is that a subject can be two or more nouns, pronouns or noun phrases that may be joined by conjunctions such as and, not only but also, both, and, neither, nor, either, or. For example, chocolate and pista kulfi are my two favorite flavors of ice cream. So in this sentence you can see two subjects. What are the two subjects we can see in this sentence? Chocolate and pista kulfi. They are the subject, and we are talking about what? These are the two favorite flavors of ice cream. About what we are talking. So we can see two subjects, and they are joined by what? They are joined by the conjunction and. When a sentence has two or more subjects joined by the conjunction, we can call the subject a compound subject. Now the next topic is subjects in different sentence structure. It is very interesting. In a sentence, the subject performs the action. It means that the subject is the doer of the action. The subject does the action. For example, Rohit wrote a letter. So in this sentence, what is the subject? The subject is Rohit, because we are talking about Rohit. Rohit is a subject. And what is the work done by him? He has written a letter. So can see Rohit, which is the subject, performs the action. What is the action performed by him? That he has written a letter. Now we come to the second point. The subject is described. Described, you know it. That means we are telling more about the subject. So the example is, the kitten is naughty. So what is the subject here? The kitten, solidly underlined and mentioned. The kitten is the subject and we are describing the kitten. Or how we are describing it? That it is naughty. So here we have seen the kitten or the subject is not performing any action, but we are describing it. Now we come to the third point. The subject is acted upon. For example, the victim was taken to the hospital. So in this sentence, you can see the subject, which is the victim, is not doing anything, and secondly is not described, but it has been acted upon by someone, that he has been taken to the hospital. So I hope all these 3 points are very clear. Now we come to the next topic, spotting the subject. Spotting means to find out or identify the subject in a sentence. To identify the subject in a sentence, we should identify the verb. So one thing you should all remember, when it is asked to identify a subject in a sentence, the very first thing that you have to do is that you have to identify the verb in the given sentence. And once the verb is identified, we should ask the question who or what is doing the action, or who or what we are speaking about. Let us learn to identify the subjects in different kinds of sentences. So first we begin with the declarative sentences. You all know about the declarative sentences. What are declarative sentences? Declarative sentences are the statements. In declarative sentences, the subject usually appears before the verb. So in the given example, you can see the puppy bit the postman's ankle. So what is the subject? The subject, you can see, we are talking about the puppy. The puppy is the subject and bit is the verb. So what we can see, the subject is before the verb. Now we talk about the interrogative sentences. In interrogative sentences, with one verb, the subject usually appears after the verb. So you can see it. Where is the puppy? So what is the subject? What we are talking about? We are talking about puppy. The puppy is the subject. And this is the puppy is the subject. And what is the verb in it? Is. Is the verb. So now in this sentences, what we can see? We can see the verb is just before the subject. Now in interrogative sentences with two verbs, a helping verb and a main verb, the subject appears between the two verbs. It is very, you can easily understand by the given example. In this sentence, do you play cricket? So how many verbs you can see? You can see two verbs, do and play. Do is the auxiliary verb and play is the main verb. And you can see the subject. What is the subject? You. You is the subject. And you can see when there are two verbs in a sentence, an auxiliary verb and a main verb, the subject comes in between the two verbs. Now we come to the third type, that is imperative sentences. In imperative sentences, the subject you is implied. For example, come here. So it is a command. A command is given to whom? To you. So the subject you is implied. Now the fourth type, exclamatory sentences. In exclamatory sentences, the subject generally comes before the verb. For example, how beautiful the garden is. So, what you can see in this sentence, we are talking about the beauty of the garden. So, what is the subject? The garden. Garden is the subject. And what do you see? The other thing in the subject in the sentence, that the verb. The subject generally comes before the verb. What is the verb? Is. Is the verb, and we can see the subject is just before the verb. The second sentence also you can see the same thing. How lovely these roses are. So what is the subject in the second sentence? The roses. The roses are the subject and are is the verb. Here also we can see the subject is just before the verb. Now we talk about the kinds of predicates. A predicate can just be a single word. So this is the first condition for the predicate. A predicate can be a single word. You can see the example, the dog barked. What is the subject? We are talking about dog, so dog is the subject, and bark. It is an action done by the dog, so it is a verb, right? So what we can see, the subject is the dog, and the second part, what we are talking about the dog, that it barked. So barked is the predicate. So in the predicate part, we just see only a single word. And what is that single word? That is a verb. Now, the second point is that a predicate can be a phrase containing a verb in some tense, person and number. Now, see the example, the clouds are gathering. So, we are talking about the clouds. So, clouds, they are the subject. And what is the predicate part? Are gathering. What we are talking about the clouds? That they are gathering. Gathering is the predicate part. Now we come to the next point. When the verb is an intransitive verb, the predicate can be a verb and its modifier or complement. For example, the girls laughed loudly. So what is the subject in it? The girls. They are the subject, and what is the predicate part? Laughed loudly. So laughed is the verb without having an object in it. Now, the next point, when the verb is a transitive verb. Transitive means when the verb has an object in it. The predicate can be a verb and its object. So, in this case, the predicate part contains the verb as well as the object. So, from the given example, it will be more clear. The bird build nest. So the birds, they are the subject, build nest is the predicate. So build is the verb and nests are the object. Now the fifth point in this, when the verb is a transitive verb. Transitive means the verb is having an object with two objects. The predicate consists of the verb as well as both the object, the direct object and the indirect object. For example, father bought me a bike. Father, we are talking about father, so father is the subject. Bought me a bike is the predicate part. And in this predicate part, you can see the verb. Bought is the verb. What the father bought? A bike. So a bike is the direct object. And for whom? For me. So it is the indirect object. So all this part, verb and the both the objects, the direct object and the indirect object is the predicate part. Now the sixth and the last point about the predicate. A predicate can be two or more verbs or verb phrases that may be joined by conjunctions such as and, not only, but also, both, and, neither, nor, either, or. For example, he came, saw, and conquered. In this sentence, he is the subject. Came, saw, and conquered is the predicate part. And the predicate part consists of three verbs. Came, saw, and conquered. So you have seen three verbs in it, and these three verbs are joined by the conjunction and. So what we have learnt about the predicate, that when a sentence has two or more predicates, we call the predicate a compound predicate. As in the same way, we have learnt about the subject. When a sentence has got two or more subjects, we call the subject a compound subject. In the same way, when there are two or more predicate, we call the predicate a compound predicate. So with this, we have completed this chapter. Now we will do the given exercise. Identify the subject and the predicate in each sentence. Let's do it. The first one, go home now. It is an imperative sentence and you is implied, so you is the subject and the rest part is the predicate. Now we come to the second one, we are going to the zoo. So we are talking about we, so we means us, so this is the subject, are going to the zoo is the predicate part. Have a good time. So it is an imperative sentence as it is a wish. Have a good time. So this is the predicate part and you is implied, so you is the subject. Fourth one, Monica is reading a novel. Monica is the subject, is reading a novel is the predicate part. Fifth one, the school is on MG Street. So we are talking about what? We are talking about the school. The school is the subject, is on MG Street is the predicate. Sixth one, the hike was 5 miles long. So we are talking about what? The hike. Hike is the subject, was 5 miles long is the predicate. Now we come to the seventh one. How sweet the moonlight is. As it is an exclamatory sentence, and in an exclamatory sentence the subject is just before the verb. So the moonlight is the subject and the remaining part is the predicate. Now the next one is I threw the ball towards Kevin. So I is the subject and threw the ball towards Kevin is the predicate. Ninth one, please lend me your book. It is an imperative sentence, so you is implied in that and you is the subject and the remaining part, please lend me your book, is the predicate. The 10th one, Preeti and her friends watched a film. So Preeti and her friends is the subject and watched a film is the predicate part. 11th one, the pasta and salad were delicious. The pasta and salad is the subject and were delicious is the predicate. 12th one, Atul loves swimming and basketball. So Atul is the subject, loves swimming and basketball is the predicate. 13th one, the hairdresser cut my hair and styled it. The hairdresser is the subject, cut my hair and styled it is the predicate part. Riya walked or cycled to school every day. So In this sentence, Ria is the subject and the remaining part is the predicate. 15th one, French fries and burgers are bad for you. French fries and burgers the subject and are bad for you is the predicate. 16th one, they went to a play on Saturday afternoon. They is the subject, went to a play on Saturday afternoon is the predicate part. 17th, the last one is the little puppy and the old cat are friends. So the little puppy and old cat is the subject, are friend is the predicate. So with this, children, we have completed this exercise. Do this exercise in your copy. Those who have the old book, they can do this exercise or mark the answer in the book itself. And one more thing I want to tell you. About the warm-up exercise. The warm-up exercise, in this you have to supply suitable subjects to these predicates. The predicates are given. You have to add subjects to the given predicates. This is your homework. Try to do it on your own. So with this, children, we have completed this chapter. Hope you all have understood it well. Now take care. Goodbye. Thank you.